Previously on the Blood-Soaked Rose. What brings these three souls at the heart of our story to put themselves in Vizima at this dire time? Eve, the Witcher.
We're looking for work, food and trade.
Aurelius.
Have you seen anyone entering this fine city that looks rather like myself?
Bryok.
Well, we thought we'd come into the city and do a bit of trading.
You seem like you have means. Why aren't you fleeing north?
Oh, I don't think Nilfgaard is ever going to break through these walls.
Is that food I spy in there? I mean, one's all fair and good, but you don't have anything a bit stronger.
Have you got any monsters?
It's always rumours swirling, you know?
Could you point us towards someone that may have more knowledge on the goings-on in the town?
I do hope you spread the word.
I'm glad you're one of the good ones.
You give the man fine liquor and he slags you off and you just smile in his face.
That's the idea.
The less people that know we're here and what we're doing, the better.
All right, to Vert's house.
And now.
And we begin travelling our way there, picking our way through the throng of people.
So the sections of the city are divided by walls, and so you have to pass a gate from the temple quarter, the poorer quarter, to the trade quarter, and you're stopped by a guardsman. Are you still driving the cart?
I am.
Oi.
Yes, my good friend.
What you doing here, knife here?
Well, my friend, I'm here to trade wares.
Shouldn't you be in Little Mahakam?
We have a contact inside. Let us through. I think Eve's just going to lock eyes with this guy.
They look at you and they see your cat eyes, and there's a sort of moment of pause as they realise that you are a Witcher, and they look to the three of you. Who do you know in the trade quarter?
Go on.
Aurelius will pop his head out of the cart. The human among them will eye off this man. What is he? How tall is he?
5'10".
Great. Aurelius steps down off the cart. 6 foot Aurelius will stand up this man, peer down at him. You don't need to know that. You can stand aside and let us through. Yes, you want to inconvenience me, sir.
Intimidation check, please.
Absolutely. I get to use one of my features. Got it. Here we go.
Resist coercion, I got a 19.
Ooh, I got an 18.
Yes!
Let me make sure that's right.
Base of 10, I rolled a 9, so I rolled well. Defender wins, you've got to beat the 19.
No, I got 18.
You'll be backing off a step there, sir. It's my job to make sure no dissident elements, especially Nilfgaardian spies, get into the trade quarter.
My good friends, if I might, just have a word with my companions. I'm sorry.
As you will.
Aurelius, he takes a few seconds to take his eyes away from this person as Bryok backs him off, and he finally peels his eyes away and looks at the affable Bryok.
The guy did tilt his spear towards you. He didn't put it under your chin or anything, but he tilted it towards you when he told you to back off.
That's it.
Yeah.
My good friends, my Witcher and mage companion, Eve, Aurelius, You're a monster hunter. That's your profession,
yes,
isn't it? Well, talking to people is sort of my profession. It would be best if we wish to keep this guise of not drawing attention to ourselves. If my role and my job was left, what's the best word?
You want to talk to this fella?
I'll just talk to this fella. That's a great way of putting it, Eve.
And
Thank
we'll
you.
stand off, Aurelius.
What did you say?
And we'll stand off.
Oh, I couldn't understand the accent. Sean couldn't.
Aurelius is just looking at Eve what the hell are you saying?
And he'll take a moment and just go, very well. Make it quick, merchant.
Oh, of course, sir. Of course, I would never dream of doing anything else other than being speedy and efficient. Ducking back.
Speaking of,
Bryok dives into his caravan, into the cart, secures 3 bottles of wine, and brings them out, and says, "My friends," to the guards. "My friends, I think we got off on the wrong foot, and it would be such a shame if someone with such impeccable taste as yourselves were denied the opportunity to sample some of my wares.
Probably poison. Damn Nilfgaard spy, aren't you? With the Scoia'tael, aren't you?
Oh, I would never dream of being one of those disgusting Scoia'tael, sir. I would never dream of such a thing.
Snuck into the city to bring us down from within. Why shouldn't I lock you up right here now?
Oh, but then you would miss out on the opportunity of sampling some of my great wares. Please, sir, you are missing out on such a great opportunity to partake of such finery. I can tell you're a man of strong conviction, and me, a lowly elf, sir. I would just wish the best of you. I would wish for you to sample some of my wares. I would hate for you, sir, an intelligent, strong... Are you a captain, sir? To miss the opportunity of sampling some of these delicious finery. And, in truth, if you were to share some of these with the men, I'm sure they would love to. They would respect you even more than clearly your stature deserves.
I'd like you to verbally combat this guy.
Okay, no worries.
Good, we get to a verbal combat.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
No worries.
Dun, dun, dun,
So
dun.
he's-
I don't know the Mortal Kombat theme. Verbal combat.
He's got 20 resolve.
Okay.
Sorry,
So
if this
not a
doesn't
lot.
work, I gotta play.
Not a huge amount of resolve.
Yeah, me too. Is it just run him over?
And I'm effectively trying to... I am trying to persuade or appeal to this man.
So using empathetic attacks. or
Yes, I am using... I'm
techniques.
definitely using empathetic attacks.
Yeah.
Bryok used empathy.
I'm not intimidating. I'm not antagonistically attacking. I'm not trying to seduce, and I'm not trying to befriend.
Yeah, I had the verbal combat rules up a second ago. Can you-
That's right. I have them here in front of me. So there are two types
here
of
they are.
attacks. There's an empathetic attack and then an antagonistic attack.
Yes.
And I think I'm...
So did you
empathetic-
appeal or befriend? What were you
I think
doing there?
I believe I'm trying to appeal. I believe I'm trying to appeal.
So it's
but
a leadership skill. You're trying to appeal for them to get behind you with an appeal. You might be charismarizing them with a befriend, or you might be persuading them with your persuage, which is a little bit harder. It's a 1d10 halved. Yeah, which verbal empathetic attack would you like to use?
Look, I'd like to use persuade. I'd like to use persuasion. I believe I'm trying to persuade this man to...
that you're not a spy.
That I'm not a spy.
Take your bribe.
Yes.
And let you through.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not trying to lead him into a new direction. I'm not trying to befriend him.
Yes. I'm trying to persuade him that the booze is on the up and up and you're not an evil spy.
That's correct.
And he's going to try and ignore you
Great.
with his resist coercion, which is not amazing. He hasn't got a great willpower, but he has some discipline. My dice are fairly hot today, I warn you. That's 19 to resist coercion.
Same as the intimidation.
And I am trying... I roll a d10 and I add my empathy and my persuasion. Is that correct?
Yes. Whatever your persuasion works off, which I believe is empty.
Empathy, that's
Yeah.
right. Ooh, that's a crit fail. That's a fumble.
Okay.
Pretty bad one.
Oh dear.
I have one last
Sean,
ditch.
you've got that idea?
Yeah, I've got that idea.
So there are no fumbles in verbal combat, but I do take some damage in my
Your resolve.
Yes.
Yep. So have you worked out your resolve?
I have it here.
Yeah. Your resolve is worked out. For those at home, your resolve is your will and your intellect added together and halved and then multiplied by 5.
So how much damage does he do to me in that instance?
Well, he's going to try and ridicule you.
Okay.
So turns around and goes, "Oh, look at this. Look at this. Knife ears think he can buy us off with a little bit of wine. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. Look at me. Oh, please, sir. Oh, I'll give you a gift," he says. He's not particularly sophisticated. This is a social etiquette roll.
Great.
But he's not particularly sophisticated at that. His taunts are fairly crude.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have any social etiquette. He's just working off his 5
I know you
willpower.
are, but what
Yeah.
am I?
He's working off his 5 willpower for this one.
I'm expecting him to do the me. That's you.
Still rolling pretty hot. Another 9.
Oh my god.
14 only total, though, because obviously he doesn't have social etiquette. He's not particularly sophisticated insulter.
When he defended against me, what was he defending with? He just ignored me?
Ignored, yeah.
Okay, so he deal damage then?
Oh, yeah, it's 1d10 empathy, isn't
Yes.
it? Yes.
Yeah.
Ha ha. So he did 3. He's got rather poor empathy of 4. So 7 damage to your resolve.
Okay, no worries. I have a resolve of 40, so I'm quite...
Yes.
That's fine. I shake
Yep.
that off. Yeah, I likewise am going to... I'm going to change the subject
Yep, great.
to keep kind of light and fight on my feet. So what does he mock me with, Phil?
So he ridicules you, calling, making fun of your subservience and your kowtowing with your gifts. You're going to change the subject with persuasion.
I am going to change the subject with persuasion.
So you have to be to 14.
I do.
How's this weather?
1d6 plus intellect damage to him.
I deal 12 damage
Crikey.
in defending against his
ridicule.
His ridicule. I definitely changed the subject to about the quality of wine.
So you
and talk about how the vintage. My dear friend, did you know that this vintage is 20 years old? I couldn't even count that high when I was even but us elves are not terribly bright, but I'm sure you as a human are, and you would know the quality of this fine vintage. And I'm going to now it's my turn, then I'm going to attack.
Yep.
I'm going to
So
continue
he's only got 8 left. He
Attack
only
with
had
your
20
words.
resolve.
continue to persuade him.
Yep.
18 to hit.
18 to hit with a persuade.
Yeah.
And he is going to disengage. He wants to end the argument with you.
So he's going to resist coercion.
He's going to resist coercion.
It's a will plus resist coercion.
Yep. So I used resist coercion last time. He had a base of 10 because of his discipline and training.
All right.
His position
How
as
do
a
you
guardsman.
disengage from an argument?
You just block it off.
Okay.
You just go, well, that's...
You exit your browser and shut down the computer.
Right. Thank you.
You say, I've got more stuff to do, clear out the way, or I'll have you arrested.
Yeah.
Is what he would say.
I gotta try that in real life.
Yeah, it's handy.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my god,
My
Phil.
dice are so hot today.
We put him in a spa to cool him off.
Oh my god!
Did you just crit?
Just crit again.
No!
Oh, not 128, but it was like 38, I think. Get your wine out from under my nose. You're not getting in this trade quarter. And if you don't move now, I'll have you arrested and put in the stocks for subversion of the Temerian kingdom.
Very good, sir. I'll be on my way.
I don't
As-
understand what the fuck just happened.
Let's go.
I would like to try something first, please.
Yeah, because that
I've been
argument...
holding up to do this for like
This
about 10
argument,
minutes.
that argument is over.
Yeah.
It's nice to really have. That's his skills. He got very unlucky. He's strong at that, but that's the roll of the dice. I'm afraid he is all about security, and that has resolved. He's threatened to have you arrested.
Yeah.
And at that point, Aurelia steps in.
Aurelius like stares at Eve and just like, I've had enough of this. He like starts to chant under his breath, and because they're off to the side, and he stares over at this man, and he's going to cast mind manipulation.
Oh, fucking hell.
Can you give me a stealth roll, please?
Absolutely, I can.
And he's at negatives because he's in the middle of an intense conversation and mocking an elf, which is one of his favourite activities.
Is it? It's listed on his Tinder bio.
Yeah. Long walks down by river and mocking elves.
So that is a 13.
Okay, so
Is this gonna upset
give him a
Miles?
base 8 for awareness, -2.
This is like the exact scenario where
That
this
you wanted
spell
to-
gets used.
Yeah,
Only
I know.
8.
Yeah.
So you can subtly cast.
So this is
under your
my
breath.
manipulation. Basically, his intention is to he's going to cast your defenses resist magic.
Yeah, he doesn't have that.
That's what I was-
just,
that's what
just
I
a
was-
willpower base, right?
It's still willpower based.
Yeah. 4, 7.
13.
Yeah. So you get into his mind. What do
Yeah.
you do?
And I'm going to be giving. He is going to have a love for Bryok. It's just positive feelings towards Bryok, and being affable towards him. So he he goes, I've had absolutely about enough of this, and he just looks at this man and just kind of like scrutinizes and casts his feeling to grab inside and just kind of molecularly change this man's feelings so that he can be positive and more pliable to Bryok in that moment.
Hang on. You turn around.
Oh, yes, sir.
No, there's just something about your face. That smile. Oh, a warm smile there is. The other guard looks at him like he's fucking mad. But he's subordinate, so he doesn't say anything. And he looks at you. Tell you what, I've got a couple of cups here. Perhaps we share a glass of that fine wine you brought.
All right. Very good, sir. Very good. As you wish. Of course. And would your fellows like to partake as well?
They're looking at him. Come on, lads. Not often you find an elf this friendly. Weren't you just going to arrest him, Sergeant? No, of course I'm going to arrest him. Why would I arrest this fine man? He's sharing a bit of wine with us. Come on, lads. Come on, lads.
If
Just
Eve
a
looks
quick one.
confused.
Yeah, no, Eve's looking confused, and then she'll look back at Aurelius and say, "Did you just do that?"
I may not be a talker, but I'm a doer.
And then she'll slap her hand on his shoulder, and sometimes Eve will get eruptions of laughter, and she just goes, "Oh fuck! I needed that. All right."
Quick, lads, before the captain comes round, quick, we'll get a quick draft in.
Very good friends. And Bryok will uncork the wine and start pouring glasses mugs for the
mugs.
soldiers on duty.
Does he do that like real showmanship thing that some
No.
wine people do, where they sniff the cork?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Bryok understands his audience, and that is men who don't care about vintage, don't care about quality, care about and they want to get drunk.
Yeah.
So it's basically just goon.
Oh no, it's good quality shit.
It's good quality.
This is good stuff.
Anything's goon to them.
But that's it. It doesn't matter that this is high quality to them. He knows that pouring it into mugs, even they're a bit dirty, doesn't matter.
Yeah, not to them. Not to them.
This is still to the captain thinks I'm great. That was a quick change of mind. Don't care how that happened.
Yes,
Let's play on this.
I mean, you could probably deduce that it's some sort of magical coercion. It's a pretty big about face.
The mage or the witcher did it.
Yes.
Doesn't matter which.
Yes.
Something happened.
One of these two people did their job in protecting me.
Yes,
and
that's right.
achieving our collective goal. Fantastic.
Just as a quick aside, I don't want to derail things too much, but just for our listeners, so Sean mentioned goon, which is an Australian slang for cheap wine.
Oh.
In university, you'd probably find it referred to as something like sack.
Suck.
Sack. It's
Like a wine sack.
like a wine sack.
mead.
Oh, it's just cheap sack.
Yeah, we haven't thought about this for our podcast, having the little bar that comes up underneath whenever we use Australian idioms.
Yeah.
Oh god.
That would be great if we were a video.
yeah.
So you
But
quickly
yes,
pour
this
the wine.
is nice wine that's poured into cheap, probably beer flagons that they've got, and
They
it's
knock it back.
great. That's the idea. And
On your way. Quick,
Beautiful.
before the captain comes, leave the bottle.
well, very good, sir. Very good. And I only lose one bottle.
Yes.
I
And then
don't
we-
lose three.
I like this. I wonder what Bryok's wastage plan is. How much, based on your budget, I can give away this much,
Yeah.
and I'll still make a profit for the year.
I'm running on a massive loss.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
You're a mage. You're going to pay me later. That's for sure. That's Bryok's mindset. Is I'm working with a mage and a witcher.
Money will come in.
Money's going to happen, right?
Yeah, eventually, hopefully, the Witcher can find some work.
Witches
right?
are famously paid very well and handsomely and on the time, all the time.
On time.
And on time.
Oh yeah, nothing ever goes wrong in terms of paying a witch.
So they'll let us through.
They usher you through. Yes. You have manipulated the man's mind. How long does it last? Do you know?
It lasts. Because it's
This is narrative time,
It's 1d10 rounds,
which are 3 seconds, so it doesn't last long.
No, it might be 1d10 hours actually. Double check that. It's should be
Just do a quick check for me.
What's it called? Mind manipulation.
My manipulation.
1d10 rounds.
Yeah. So just give me a quick one.
3 is what I rolled.
So for 9 seconds.
So the love of because it's in narrative time.
Yeah.
I'm going to allow that to balloon out to minutes instead, right? I think that's a bit more sensible from a storytelling perspective,
Yeah.
right? If you're using it to halt someone in the throes of combat by giving them fear or love, then perhaps the seconds might be a little bit more appropriate.
Minutes or
Yeah, but I think minutes is a little bit better here. So you have you have your 1d10 in minutes, I'm going to say, within rounds.
It's 3
So
minutes. It's a
3
thing
minutes.
of
Enough-
Aurelius is low-key stressed. He's we need to do this and then get out.
Yes, you're kind of holding his mind.
Yeah.
You and it takes, you're in there manipulating, right?
Aurelius's eyes do not leave this man.
So
he
it
has
takes
to stare at him.
Yeah, it takes stamina, it takes effort from you to do this, right? So you have your opportunity to quickly give them the booze and be on your way into the trade quarter before it wears off. And the doors are kind of closed behind you. You break your contact with the sergeant.
You can see his shoulders just visibly.
Well, friends,
Relax.
we are here. No small part in thanks to beautiful wine made from grapes.
If you're gonna approach every guard that doesn't like you with wine, you're going to be empty soon.
I've got plenty more from where that comes from. And other spirits as well.
Well, if we can stay at this Vard's house, the amount of guards we should be seeing should hopefully be minimal.
Bird.
Bird, Vard, whatever.
Greater, lesser,
Excellent.
middling.
Excellent. He's a 10 minutes journey from here. It's still packed here, but the people who have packed in obviously have a little bit more means to them. There's decidedly fewer non-humans here, almost none, essentially. And there's still a kind of flurry of activity. There's more soldiers here, there's more garrisons here, of people rushing about the streets. But nonetheless, 10 minutes will bring you to a workshop and warehouse owned by Verd.
Are the streets quite wide? Are they cobblestone or are
They're
they
cobblestone streets,
great.
yeah, fairly wide. Especially the trade quarter is a lot better maintained.
Yep.
And so the streets here are quite wide. The traffic is quite busy. Lots of soldiers rushing to and fro. People bringing in supplies. Crossbow bolts by the cartload. Swords and cured meats and things being rushed up and down, and a few merchants here and there conversing on the corner in hushed tones, consulting with the latest news of the war and whether Redania will come to Temeria's aid. There's some of that mood pervades into the trade quarter, but not quite as fearful. More apprehensive, perhaps.
Well, the cart will bumble and drag and bounce along the cobblestone path. Obviously, those are not super useful for carts, but
They're fairly flat cobbles.
Oh,
yeah,
that's great.
They're for traffic.
they're fair
yeah.
traffic.
Yeah,
Oh, fantastic!
Reminds me of the ones in Pompeii where they have kind of grooves that
Yeah,
go
they would have
through the
worn. There
ground.
would be worn
Oh,
grooves into the
fantastic.
cobbles
Oh, yeah,
for
yeah.
traffic. Yeah.
Well, the cart comes to a stop with a whinny and a jangle of loose objects in the cart. A couple of bottles bounce around each other.
Yep.
And Bryok is going to yell out into the...
Well, the front of the workshop is open, and
great.
Verd is teaching an apprentice. He's got a fire set under the open end of a barrel, starting to kind of char the insides before it's shaped into the other end is shaped with the hoops.
Yep.
And he looks up. Oh my,
Verd! How are you, my good friend?
Bryok!
Yes, it's me!
You bloody fool! What you doing in Vizima right before a siege sets in?
That's the most exciting time, is it not?
Oh my God! You should be off to Dolblathana by now.
Oh, no. No, I came to see you, my friend. I couldn't leave you in the middle of a siege.
Well, come, bring your cart around back.
Will do. He'll bring it round, get off, dismount, and give Verd a hug.
Oh,
Hello, my friend. How are you?
not too bad. Pan, you take over for now, okay?
Is Verd a human or an elf?
He's human. All the people here who own anything are human.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Awesome. Yeah, they're Temerian. Yeah, he just happens to be a nice one who's
Yeah.
not racist.
Yeah, nice human.
Yes.
They do exist.
There
do
really
exist.
are nice ones, aren't there?
Yeah.
Just like friendly elves, apparently.
Yeah. There are some good ones, as they like to say. Even the most tolerant people are like, oh, you're a good one. Oh, good. Yeah. It's just mild racism.
You're a credit to your race.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Who are your friends?
May I introduce Eve? A fantastic... a friend. A witcher, in fact.
Oh, I see. She's got the eyes.
She does, doesn't she? It's just like in the stories.
Oh.
Nice to meet you. She'll say in a very gritted, strange way. She's not used to niceties or people looking at her, even with a hint of
Likewise.
Yeah.
And this is Aurelius. He's a mage. Would you believe it?
Oh.
Aurelius Tarnell.
Oh, we can just call him Sir.
Yeah,
I think that's easier for us.
Sir?
Verd? Yes.
Sir.
Pleasure to meet you, Cooper.
Likewise. What are you doing here?
Well, Sir, the mage Aurelius asked me to travel him here, and I've done that, and we're looking for a friend of his.
Cooper, we're in need of a place to stay, a place to rest our heads, and a place to lay low for a couple of days. Is that something you believe you could accommodate for us?
The warehouse has got a little bit of room to it now. The army's buying up every barrel they can get off me to fill it with biscuit or dried meat. So yeah, there's room in the warehouse. You'll have to set up your own lodging, but yes.
Would it be away from prying eyes?
Oh, yeah. Well, only my employees come in and out the warehouse. A few Temerian soldiers will come pick up things now and again, but you can nestle yourselves in the back there somewhere. It's fairly private.
We'll keep to ourselves, absolutely.
Is there a place
you
for
would be contributing?
Of course, you know me.
Aye. Good.
We've got things to fill those barrels, of course.
So he'll charge you what a cheap lodging would cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the proviso that we will chip in.
Yes, plus stabling as well.
Yeah, stabling's going to be the expensive
I was
one.
going to say, do you have anywhere where my horse can stay?
Well, I have my own horses. There's a small stable out the back. You got 2 horses. I'll have to charge you for the upkeep of them as well.
Of course,
for eating the hay and stuff, you know.
How much would the full total be, roughly? Just out of curiosity. If
Each horse is 2.
Each horse is 2.
A regular,
A night.
like a good
Crowns.
normal thing is 16 crowns per night.
Yep.
And a cheap one is like 8
Yeah.
or 4 if it's hay on the floor.
And we'll
He's
need to
charging me
probably,
for cheap,
and we'll
right?
probably
Because you're
need
just literally just
Yeah.
putting tents in his warehouse.
My question is, could we figure out like how much that would be per night for everything all up?
Like 10 crowns.
10
If he's
crowns?
doing it for the cheap, for the 2 of us, plus the horses.
For the horses,
two,
for the
2
stables.
each plus the horses.
I think we can settle on 10 crowns.
So he as he kind of like looks around the stable and looks around where they are. Sorry,
The warehouse and the stable.
He unzips his pouch that he has on the side, like flourishes his coat beside to show the pouch there. Looks in a bag. It's 30 crowns, and he pops it on the table. Goes, will this cover it for the next few nights?
Excellent. Aye. Get yourself settled in.
Beautiful. Could you please show us to where we can stay?
Just take your cart round back. There's a big double door to get you into the warehouse. And by the shelving at the back, where there would have been all the boards, where it's looking pretty slim, you can just set yourselves up back there.
And the stables?
Round the back again. Just keep going round.
Excellent.
And as they start to head, he goes, oh, and I hope it goes without saying, Cooper, we're not here.
Everyone looks at Verd, I think.
Bryok smiles.
Persuasion, please.
I get to use my trustworthy feat.
Excellent.
A mage, trustworthy. Now Verd everything.
Pull the other one.
15.
13.
Beautiful.
So it doesn't
Excellent.
cost you extra.
Yeah,
Discretion can be expensive.
that's fair.
I'll do my best for a good friend.
Thank you, my good friend.
Right, well, if you're hoping to be discreet, best get yourselves off the street, eh?
Very good.
Also, are your horses friendly?
Aye, fair enough. They're cart horses. Friendly as. Try not to stand behind them. Lost apprentice that way last winter.
Was he a good one?
Oh, but too early to say yet.
Yeah.
He had some promise.
They all do, though.
Aye. Kick to the head. We'll
Yeah.
end that pretty fast.
Yeah, it will. Anyway, we'll best tuck around the back.
Thanks.
And we
Yeah,
do.
we'll head
Yeah.
over to...
Han, what are you bloody doing? Oh, my God.
Oh,
Sorry,
sir,
lads.
I didn't mean to.
Set fire to the... Oh, my God.
I think Eve will muzzle up close to her horse, Drelch, and go, all right, well, it's time to make friends now. Now, don't be bickering like you always do. You might be able to get away with that other places, but not here. I know. All right, off your paw.
Bryok stables Shavala and says, all right, be good. Bye.
Roll to Cast The Blood-Soaked Rose is a Baby Beard Media production. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Discord. All our podcasts are on Spreaker, Spotify, YouTube, and all good podcatchers. You can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/babybeard. The Witcher tabletop role-playing game is property of R. Telsorian Games. Used with permission.